Republic TV, this is Krishna Kumar, straight to the blast in Kabul that we're tracking at this point in time. Over 100 people have been injured. This blast 400 meters away from the Indian consulate in the diplomatic area of the city of Kabul, in which the latest we are hearing is that over 100 people have been injured, and the count as far as the number of people dead is also increasing by the minute. This terror attack in Kabul, for which the Taliban has claimed responsibility of 400 meters from the Indian consulate, same area where the European Union mission and the Swedish mission is also there. We have Aditya Raj Kolar, Associate Editor, joining us on the phone line with more details. Aditya, talk to us. The number of injured has gone up above 100, hasn't it?
That's right. Very unfortunate and tragic news coming in. It's almost become a regular with Kabul. In the last 1 week alone, there have been 3 to 4 major terror attacks in which several lives have been lost. This particular attack happened at least a couple of hours ago. This is the old Ministry of Interior road in the Kabul city of Afghanistan, where this blast was triggered. Initial reports also indicate that an ambulance was used in this attack, but it is a major security hazard, and the question will be on the NDS, the National Security Agency there, what they were doing. Is this really a security failure, an intelligence failure? Because as of now, reports indicate that an ambulance was used to trigger a suicide blast, and because it's a high security zone and multiple checkpoints are there, this attack took place at a checkpoint just 400 meters away from the Indian consulate. And as you pointed out, the European Union and the Swedish mission is also in the vicinity. Apart from that, Ministry of Interior has just released a statement. The spokesperson says that at least 40 people have been killed and more than 140 injured in this dastardly terror attack. We have a confirmation also coming in the form of a statement that the Republic has accessed from the Taliban spokesperson, who says that their own suicide bomber was involved in this attack. So a very cowardly attack yet again. But yes, they would be blaming Pakistan-based terror groups like the Haqqani network and the Taliban, which they have been given safe sanctuary and access to. But the question is also about the intelligence failure and what Afghanistan will really do to avert any further terror attacks in which innocent lives are lost.
Right, Aditya Raj Kolar, Associate Editor, getting us all the latest updates in that front. Aditya, in fact, you're also telling us that the Afghanistan Public Health Ministry is right now put the dead count as 40. 40 people have been killed and at least 140 people have been wounded in this devastating blast.
That's right. Very unfortunate news coming in just days after the drone strike that US had carried out on the Pakistani territory in North Waziristan, Fatah area, where Haqqani network was targeted. Now again, we see terror attack in the heart of the Kabul city. Initially, we heard that it was near an Indian mission. Then we had a confirmation from the Indian side as well, saying that yes, it was 400 meters away from the Indian consulate. Now, the Indian mission, the Indian embassy is a little far away from here at the Wazir Akbar Khan area, but this particular area is where the Indian consulate is. That is for the visa and other diplomatic purposes. But the Swedish and the EU embassies are also in the vicinity, but a very cowardly and unfortunate and tragic incident taking place again, where the question mark will be on the security apparatus and a major intelligence failure in Afghanistan as well that could not avert this tragedy. So at this moment, the figure is at 40 killed and more than 140 injured, but it's quite likely that the Public Health Ministry and the Ministry of Interior could increase this number, because several of those injured are seriously wounded as well, and they are being taken care of at several of these hospitals in the Kabul city. So a very tragic incident taking place. Again, terrorism is something that has to be condemned by one and all. We yesterday had spoken to India's envoy to Pakistan as well, Ajay Bisaria. In his first interview had said that terror and talks cannot go together between India and Pakistan, and perhaps same is the case between Afghanistan and Pakistan as well. So terror remains a common threat, and we are reporting this unfortunate incident taking place in the Kabul city, in which unfortunately 40 people already have lost their lives.
Right, Aditya, stay with us. Aditya, stay with us. We have Bilal Sarwari, a journalist from Afghanistan, joining us on the phone line as well. Bilal Sarwari, if you can tell us what is the latest update. Afghanistan Public Health Ministry has put the death toll at 40 and the injured at 140. And Taliban has claimed responsibility for the attack. Bilal Sarwari.
Unfortunately, this was a very deadly attack right in the heart of Kabul city. According to counterterrorism officials with Afghanistan's Interior Ministry, The attacker was in an ambulance and he had said he had a patient. This is an old building of the Interior Ministry. They have now moved from this area, and this is sort of 100 meters away from Indonesian embassy, from the Swedish embassy, from the European Union, and from the old Indian embassy that was attacked many years ago. And now that building is used to issue visas for Afghans. So a very disturbing development, especially it comes after the deadly attack at the Continental Hotel. And Afghanistan just continues to bleed. Afghan cities are being targeted. Okay.
Right, and this attack was carried out in the form by using an ambulance. That's what we hear. Can you confirm that for us?
This is what we are being told, that this was an ambulance that was being used by an attacker. So we'll have to wait for more details, but obviously a lot of families have lost their loved ones. You're talking about a lot of families who have lost their breadwinners. And unfortunately for the people of Afghanistan, they just continue to bear the brunt of this conflict for generations now.
Right, and this diplomatic area has been the point of multiple attacks by the Taliban and the Haqqani network over the years.
We are being told at this stage that this is an attack that was carried out by the Taliban. Their spokesperson have said that they were behind this attack. But Kabul has been attacked by the Islamic State, by the Haqqani network, whose leader is the deputy head of operations for the Taliban, Sirajuddin Haqqani. So really it's not two different entities. It's part of the same organization. And the leader of the Haqqani network is now in charge of the day-to-day operations.
Right, Bilal Sarwari, journalist from Afghanistan, getting us the latest on the blast in Kabul. Thank you, Bilal Sarwari, for joining us. And of course, Republic TV's associate editor, Aditya Rajkol as well. Aditya, thank you so much for joining us. And with that, it's time for a short breather over here. Lots more coming up on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Keep watching India's #1 news channel.